SEA Today.
Okay, welcome back everyone to A's Online Virtual Classroom. This is Mr. Dre bringing you A's Online Tutoring Services new series SEA Today. We at A's Online Tutoring Services are on a mission to help raise the passing rates at SEA and CXC levels. So, to help us on that mission, we're bringing you this free series to help all students across Trinidad and Tobago prepare for SEA 2021 and beyond. So, if you haven't done it as yet, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button and share this video with all your friends, because we need to get as many people on board preparing and ready for SEA 2021. We only have 96 more days left. March the 6th is the date for today, and we're going to keep going at it until we reach 0 more days. Alright, so if you're not sure as yet, you have to take a step back and look at our previous videos in the link on top, because we've done questions 1 to 36 over the past few days, and you need to catch up on those. So you can pause this video, check out our playlist, and then come back. Make sure you have your pen, your paper, your pencil, all your stationery and utensils you need, and you know how we do it. As soon as our timer starts, we will start. Alright, so let's get it. So let's zoom in here a little bit. It says the sum of every 5 numbers in the number pattern below form a new number pattern. So we see we have some numbers here: 3, 9, 15, 21, 27. Alright, so they ask us to write the first 3 numbers in the new pattern and describe the pattern. So these questions, they come very wordy, and you have to try your best and filter through what they're saying and what they're asking. So the first part of the question tells us that the sum of every 5 numbers in the pattern below forms a new number pattern. So some keywords here we could see: sum, and this in mathematics means to add. So we have some numbers here. This is the first 5 numbers in the pattern, and they say every 5 numbers, the sum forms a new number pattern. So 2 things we have to do. First, let us find out what the sum of this pattern is that we have here so far. So we have 3 plus 9 plus 15 plus 21 plus 27. So we could actually do that right here. We have 27, 21, 15, 9, and 3. We could add that up. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. 13 plus 9 is 22. 22 plus 3 is 25. So the 5 will come right here. And then we bring the 2 from here over to the side. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. So this is the sum of the first 5 numbers, 75. And they said in the question that the sum of the 5 numbers form a new number pattern. So therefore, what that means is this number 75 is now going to be our first number in our new number pattern. So we're going to put that onto this line here. This is where we're going to write our new pattern. Alright, so now we have to actually figure out what the sequence, what the pattern is about here. And we're seeing these numbers increasing from 3 to 6, sorry, from 3 to 9 to 15 to 21 to 27. Alright, so how do we move from 3 to 9? This is what you have to ask yourself. How do we get from the first number to the second number? And there are different ways you can look at it, but we're looking for a common pattern. So the easiest thing to start with is addition. So if we were to add a number to 3, a number like 6, we'll get 9. So looking at the addition there, let's move on and see if we have another addition in the next two numbers. So between 9 and 15, 15 take away 9 is actually 6. So to move from 9 to 15, you added 6. And then to move from 15 to 21, you had to add 6. And then to move from 21 to 27, you had to add 6. So our pattern is increasing by 6. So we have to try and create the next 5 numbers, alright, in this pattern. So it will be 27 plus 6. Alright, so 27 plus 6 will give me 33. Alright, so this is the new number, first number in my pattern. Alright, so 33 now plus 6 will give me 39. Alright, and then we continue with plus 6. 39 plus 6 is 45. Alright, we want 5 numbers, so we add in 6 again. 45 plus 6 is 51. Alright, 51 plus 6, we want one more. 51 plus 6 is 57. Alright, so we now have the next 5 numbers in our number pattern. So what we will have to do now is actually add up or find the sum of these 5 numbers. So you have 33, 39, 45, 51, and we have 57. And we're finding the sum. That's what the question told us in the start. So 3 plus 9 is 12. 12 plus 5 is 17. 17 plus 1 is 18. 18 plus 7 is 25. Alright. Bring this 2 and we add in this 2 to the side. So we have 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 5 is 17. 17 plus 5 is 22. So we have 225. That is the next number in our new number pattern. Alright? So next we have to find the next 5 numbers. So this was the first 5 numbers. This was the second set of 5 numbers. Now we're going to do the third set. And we're continuing our number pattern from where it was. We ended at 57. So we have to do 57 plus 6. 57 plus 6 is 63. Continuing, plus 6 is 69. Continuing, plus 6 is 75. Continuing, plus 6 is 81. And last one, 81 plus 6 is 87. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next 5 numbers in our number pattern, just to add them up: 63, 69, 75, 81, 87. Wonderful. Finding the sum, so we add 3 plus 9 is 12, plus 5 is 17, 17 plus 1 is 18, 18 plus 7 is 25. Bring this 2, add this 2 to the side here. 2 plus 6 is 8, 8 plus 6 is 14, plus 7 is 21, 21 plus 8 is 29, 29 plus 8 is 37. So this, my friends, is our new number pattern. We have 5 numbers in each batch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we checked this one already. So, just to go back to the question for a second, they said the sum of every 5 numbers in the number pattern below forms a new number pattern. Alright, and as you could see, every time we had the sum of the 5 numbers, we added it to our new number pattern, which is exactly what the question said. So we're just checking back to make sure we're answering the question correctly. And now that we have written our new number pattern, we also have to describe this pattern. Alright, so how are we going to describe this pattern here now? So we could type that out here. Now before we get to typing, we're looking at the numbers 75, 225 and 375. And just like how we figured out it was plus 6 on top, this is where we have to figure out how this number pattern is being formed. Now this one, as like I said before, addition ends up, well, addition is the easiest thing to go to first to see how much you would add to get 75. To get from 75 to 225, and if you subtract those two, you will get how much that is. 0, 1. So you literally added 150 here. Right? And how much to go from 225 to 375? Let's subtract that and see. So we have 375, take away 225. So we get 0 here, 7 take away 2 is 5, 3 take away 2 is 1. So we have plus 150. Alright, so that in itself, once you see something repeating itself, we know that is called a pattern. So to describe this here, this new number pattern that we created, we would say this new number pattern starts with the number 75 and increases by 150 each time. And that's it for number 37. Alright, it's kind of long, a lot of steps involved, but that's what these section 3 questions are all about. So if you found yourself a little lost, go back, take your time and go through the question with me step by step, and look at it as many times as you need to get it right. Let's head on to our last question for today, number 38. Alright, so let's read up. It says the average mass of the 4 solids A, B, C and D are shown below is 1.5 kilograms. Alright, so they gave us the average of all of these 4 solids here. Now the question is going even further to say that the average mass of solids A and B is 1.6 kilograms. Okay. The mass of solid C is 3 times the mass of solid D. So what is the mass of solid C and solid D in terms of grams? So this is a question on mass, and what they like to do is give us different units. So we see we have kilograms here, we have kilograms here, and they want our answer in grams. So that's the first thing I would observe and to be a little vigilant about and to pay attention to. Now we're going to go and break down the question. So the first part of the question says that the average of all four is equals 1.5 kg. Right? So what is average? How do we even find average? To find average, you add up all and then you divide by the amount of things you added. So if you added up 4 things like we did here, we would have divided by 4, the total of all the masses added together. So if we were given the information that 4 solids has an average of 1.5 kilograms, we can actually find out what the total mass of all 4 solids are. So the total mass of 4 solids. So once they give you the average, you can find the total by taking the average, which in this case is 1.5, and multiply that by the amount of things you added. Right? So 1.5 times 4, we could do that over here quickly. We could do it mentally as well, but we need to show our working. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So we end up with 6.0 kg. So our answer has to be in grams, but we're working in kg for now. We could convert at the end if we like. So this is the total mass of all 4 solids, right? Now, the next bit of information told us that the average mass of A and B is 1.6. So the same thing we did there. So now the average of A and B equals 1.6 kg. So once we have the average, we can find the total. So the total mass of A and B equals, you take the average, which in this case is 1.6, and then multiply it by the amount of things you would have added. Let's make sure we have these things lined up properly here. So 1.6 times 2 now. 6 2s are 12. 2 1s are 2 plus 1 is 3. So we get 3.2. So we're getting closer. So the question wants us to find out the mass of C and D. Now we have the total mass of all 4, and we now have the mass of the first 2. So the mass of A and B together would be the difference, because this is the total. Sorry, the mass of C and D together would be the difference, because this is the total 6.0. So we could type out that mass, total mass, sorry, of C and D equals, so the total mass of C and D would be the 6.0 subtract 3.2. So where can we do that? We'll do that up here, 6.0, 3.2, and we're subtracting. So 0 cannot subtract from 2, so we have to borrow from the 6. 10 take away 2 now is 8. 5 take away 3 is 2. So we have 2.8 kg as the total mass of C and D. Now we have to break that down into separate masses for both C and D. So what did the question tell us about this part here now? Let me find that part. At the end here they said the mass of solid C is 3 times the mass of solid D. So this is where the sharing of the weight between the two would have to be calculated. So this is how you kind of approach this. C is 3 and D is 1, because the question told us that C is 3 times the mass of D. So if D is 1 kilogram, C will be 3 times that, which is 3. Or for every 3 kilograms of C, you have 1 kilogram of D, right? So in total, together, because we have the total mass, we want the total share, which in this case would be the 3 plus 1, which is 4. And why are we doing this? Because now we can share it up in terms of fractions. Fractions are one of the easiest ways to share up anything. So the C now will be represented by 3 over 4. And the D would be equal to 1 over 4. And that's how you kind of share it up in terms of the weight, or the mass, sorry, and it works for anything else, anything you want to share up. So if we want to calculate C, we will take the total mass, which is 2.8, and multiply it by the fraction, right? So we have 3/4 multiplied by 28, which we'll have to put over 1. And the name of the game when you're working with fractions is reduce and then multiply. So 4 into 4 is 1, 4 into 28 is 7. Nothing else here could reduce. So 3 times 7 equals 21 over 1. So the mass of solid C, wait, this is not 21, it's a decimal we're working with, because it's 2.8. So this is supposed to be 2.1. So C would be 2.1 kg and D would be the difference. 2.8 take away 2.1, which we could do right here. Eight take away 1 is 7. 2 take away 2 is 0. So the mass of D would be 0.7 kg. But we're not finished, we're almost there, because they want us to put our mass, our answer in terms of grams. That was the last part of the question that they asked us there. They want us to put our answer in grams. So plenty right in here. We have to change, let's zoom back up. We have to change this into grams and this into grams. How do we change kilograms to grams? Well, 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. You have to memorize this going into the exam. So to change kilograms to grams, we're going from a big unit to a small unit. So you want to multiply by the conversion, which is 1,000 in this case. So it will be 2.1 multiplied by 1,000 and 0.7 multiplied by 1,000. And these two parts here will give us our final answer. I just want to box it off because there's so much information here. I want to make sure I have it separate so we could see what's happening. Right. So the green box will put our answer for C, and the purple box will put our answer for D. So once we multiply in a decimal by 1,000, you need to move the point. Alright, it's a very simple way to do this. It's the simplest way. So if we have 2.1, we want to move the point the amount of zeros we have. And because 1,000 have 3 zeros, we want to move the point 3 times, and we're moving it to the right because we're multiplying. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, drop down your point and add in zeros for any empty spaces. So 2.1 kilograms is equal to 2,100 grams. And for the other one, 0.7, we have 0.7 times 1,000, same exact process. We're moving our point 3 times to the right. 1, 2, 3. Point goes down, add in a 0, add in a 0. So we end up with 700 grams. And that is our final answer. So thank you very much once again for joining me. If you haven't as yet, hit that subscribe button. You did a really good job. You stuck out through the whole video. I hope that you continue to put in the work. SCA preparation today so that you could celebrate and relax tomorrow. So this is your boy Mr. Dre bringing you our SCA Today series by A's Online Tutoring Services. Make sure and share, make sure and like, and get as many of your friends on board as we get closer to SCA 2021. So thanks again. Thank you very, very, very much for joining me, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Alright, we only have 96 days left. Let's go.
SEA Today. SEA Today.